right, man. I'm so excited about this one. I'm sitting here with former NFL player Anthony Bell. Mr. Anthony, how are you doing?
Doing good.
Good. Awesome. And like I said, I could not sleep for days. Just when I gave you that call, you said yes, man. I was jumping up and down. I was like, yes, because I'm just a huge fan of yours now that I know about your career and as who you are as a person. I think that I'm really a fan of yours, and I'm really a big fan of the NFL. So just be able to just talk to you right now, have you here, it's amazing. But I'm gonna go ahead and play a clip that just describes who Mr. Anthony is. Right? Obviously, this is not him anymore, but this was once Mr. Anthony, and just I'm just play the clip and let the clip talk itself.
For hanging in there knowing he was going to get creamed.
You knew he was going to get popped. You're going to see it right here. And I think you really have to like this in this young man, a very high-pressure point of the game, and watch him hold the ball knowing he's going to get popped. And then when he gets hit, look what he gets on it. He steps up in there to buy some time, really gets nailed, but watch
Jeez.
the ball couldn't be thrown any better.
Wow.
It's called being depleted.
Jeez, yeah. So why don't you take me through that play, Mr. Anthony? So right before that whistle was snapped, like what's going through your mind? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, I remember that play. It was third down, and it was a man-to-man coverage, and I was guarding the running back.
Okay.
So I was trying to make sure that he couldn't run a draw. So I was kind of hanging out in the middle, and then right when I thought it was time the ball moved to the outside, because the running back was to the side, so I was trying to make sure that he was going to try to run the screen. So then he started helping out, blocking the defensive end. I was like, okay, I'm free.
Yeah. And
So then I just started coming in at Troy Aikman, and he stepped up at the wrong time.
Wow, yep. And you popped him. Yeah, and like you mentioned, that's Troy Aikman. And for those who don't know who Troy Aikman, he was the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. And the Dallas Cowboys is known for being America's team, right? So everyone knows who this man is. To this day, he's actually one of the announcers, in the NFL. So everyone, I'm pretty sure, everyone in America knows who this man is. And you were able to, kind of knock him out and make sure that he didn't forget your name for sure. Number 55.
It's nothing to laugh at or be crazy about, but you could say I was the first one to get his first concussion.
Yeah.
And that's why he had to leave the game, because continued concussions.
Jeez, yeah, that was definitely a mean hit, right? But that, like I said, being in the NFL, obviously I've never been in it, but there's so many kids, so many people who dream about being in the NFL. So just and I remember reading a stat that it was so slim to actually be in the NFL, right? So the fact that you were able to be there, and the fact that you were able to stay in there is a huge deal. Because how many years did you play in the NFL?
I played 7 years in the NFL.
7 years. And what teams did you play for?
I got drafted by the Cardinals, and I played with the Lions and with the LA Raiders.
Okay, so you were able to play for 3 teams, and the first one was you got drafted by the Cardinals, right?
Yep.
Okay.
When they were in St. Louis.
Sheesh. And the thing is, you weren't just drafted, second round, third, seventh. You didn't go and draft. You were drafted first round, 5th overall.
Correct.
Like the odds of that happening, oh my, I can't stress it enough. It's such an honor, honestly, because obviously I'm a big NFL fan and I know what it takes. You could be a stud, like Tom Brady. Everyone knows who Tom Brady is. He got drafted in the 5th, 6th round.
I believe so. I think it was the 6th round.
6th round, right?
If I'm correct.
Yeah. Let's see. Draft pick. So he was drafted. Yeah, he was drafted 199th, which is most likely, what would that be? Draft pick round. That would be, that was 6th round right here, 6th round. So he got drafted in the 6th round, and he went on to be in this GOAT. So just by you being drafted in the 1st round, that's amazing. So take me through how you even got there, though, because I think that's the fun part for me. I get really excited just hearing people's stories. I get really excited because then I get motivated, right? Because when things get tough, I think people, instead of just giving up, I think you just need to find resources to keep you going, right? So, so for example, when you started the NFL, was it a smooth, man, I'm gonna go to the NFL? Every scout was looking at me. My parents paid for all these trainers for me to go to the NFL. What was that journey like?
Oh, none of that happened.
No.
I got into football when I was in 7th grade, and I had to beg my parents to even play football.
Okay.
I had to make a deal. My deal was you could play football as long as you kept a grade point average of 3.0 or above.
Okay, so they made sure they gave you the ultimatum of you got to succeed in school and then it's football.
Then it's football.
I see.
And at the time, I did it because all my friends was playing, and I just wanted to go out there and have fun with them.
Yeah.
So I did that in like city league for 2 years, and then went to high school. And people find it funny that my first day of high school, I went through all the training camp for high school. My first day of high school, I went around all the classes, and they told us what they're going to be doing and what we were going to be required to do. And that same day, I went to the coach and said, "Okay, I quit."
Sheesh.
I quit football and to say, like, I can't do that and take care of my classes.
Yeah. It just didn't seem possible
It
for you.
didn't seem possible, so I did not play my freshman year in high school.
Wow. Wow. And that's crazy though, because I know a lot of people in high school, or when I was in high school, it was almost the opposite. Like they wanted to go to high school to play football, but they didn't have the grades. But you said, no, I want to have the grades first. So why that thought process of, man, I got to make sure I'm good in school first?
Well, like I said, it came from my parents, but then at the same time, I was thinking long term. I was like, okay, I want to go to college, but I have to have grades. If you don't have the grades, you're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
So that was a priority.
Dang.
And it kind of stayed my priority. And even like in high school, I don't know if I can just tell the story, but like high school, my sophomore year, I came back home, played my sophomore year. I was pretty good. I started, and then they pulled me up to varsity.
Yeah, wow.
And then I played varsity. Matter of fact, I played varsity as defensive end and a center, offensive line center.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I was an all-state center.
Sheesh. So you
But
were
I played defensive end and center.
Okay.
So, and my senior year, we were ranked number 1 in the state until we played number 2.
Okay.
We got beat by number 2.
I see. But you guys were up there, though, 1-2.
Yeah, but like I was saying, the thing about it, like I said, I was just having fun. Mm-hmm. I remember the first day I went to a workout. The coach told me to get with a senior, and I was a sophomore, and said, "Okay, work out with him."
Right.
Like, okay. He had me sore as hell.
Yeah,
that day. I
bet.
couldn't move my arms.
Sheesh.
But I kept working. He's like, "If you want to play and get better, you got to do this." I was like, "Okay, I'll play. I'll get better."
Right.
But that still wasn't a priority. It was just like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it.
Right.
That's what I was thinking.
Wow.
But it wasn't like at that time I had no thoughts of football. Matter of fact, I didn't even know about the whole football track. And what I mean by that is like my junior year, after my junior year, coach came up to me and said, you're ranked the number 1 center in the state. I'm
Wow.
like, okay. I'm like,
Jeez.
I didn't know that, man. I was just like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about all of what that could do.
Right.
Plus, I like playing defensive end better. So,
You like hitting people.
yeah, I hit people better. But I found out later on, like my senior year, because I had, like I said, I had no idea how football could take me places. So my concentration was getting in school and trying to figure out a way to get to college. So I joined the Civil Air Patrol, and my thought was I was going to the Air Force Academy.
Okay.
I mean, I had a sponsor. I was in Civil Air Patrol. I had a letter from my governor. So the only thing I had to do was sign my name, and I was headed to the Air Force Academy.
Wow.
And that's when everything started happening. Matter of fact, I remember quite clearly my guidance counselor. Her name was Miss DeAndrea.
Okay.
And this was like right at the end of the football season, like a few games left. And my senior year, and she came up to me and said, "Hey, so where are you going to college?" I'm like, "What college? I'm not going to college."
Oh, wow.
Because I didn't
Yeah,
know about college and football.
And like scholarships and all that.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
It was strange because I didn't.
Yeah, no one ever talked to you about it.
I was just having fun. Everybody assumed I knew.
I see.
But
because you were so good.
It was
but
good.
in your mind, you're just like, I'm enjoying this.
Just enjoying it.
Yeah.
Because I was all state, all county, all city. It was like, okay, I'm good, but I was just having fun.
Right.
And she pulled me aside and was telling me about college, and I was telling her I was going to the Air Force Academy. She was like, "Why you want to do that? You can go to college there, but then you have to spend 6 years afterwards in the Air Force." She said, "You sure you want to do that?" I was like, "Well, that's the only way we get to college." She was like, "No, that's not the only way you can get it."
Yeah.
I say, that these guys have been coming here, kind of saying hello to you and hi.
Right.
Because I had college coaches come by, scouts
I see.
talking, and I'll say, hey, how you doing? Watching film, talking to my coaches, but
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about that. I was just like, okay, whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
But she explained to me how all you have to do is go to college, play football for the team, that school,
Right.
and they'll pay for your college. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, really?
Jeez.
I had no idea.
Wow. So
So-
essentially, that was like a blessing, though, because
Oh,
that's what
yeah.
you wanted to do. You wanted to go to school,
Right.
and then essentially, like, you used football to get to school.
That's right. I
Dang.
used it to get to school, and it got worse from there.
Really?
I won't say worse, but just my knowledge of, let's say, people just, they probably see me and probably think, oh, he knows everything about all this. I didn't know at the time.
Wow.
When I got to college, my thought was, because I read, they talked to the coaches, the scholarship gives you 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
You play football 4 years, you get 4 years of
Free education.
housing, food, I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
I say, but my thought was, I got 4 years to get out of here and get my degree.
Okay.
I got to get my degree in 4 years.
Yeah.
So, but then at the same time, I was like, okay, I'm playing football for them to pay for my college. So, okay, I'm gonna do the best I can
Yeah.
for them, and they're gonna pay for my college.
Wow. So how did you even choose? Because you were from where are you originally from?
I was born in Miami, Florida, and I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Okay. So essentially, you're from Florida,
From Florida,
and then you decided to go to which college?
I went to Michigan State University.
Michigan State. So
Started-
how'd you land there? I mean, was that the only school looking at you, or were you?
Oh no.
Okay. So why Michigan State?
No, I had every school in Florida, Florida
Okay.
State, University of Florida, Miami,
Wow.
Georgia. I had UCLA out here, I had
Sheesh.
Pittsburgh. I had schools from everywhere trying to
Okay.
talk to me.
Wow.
And I took trips like around just
Okay.
to visit.
Campuses.
Back then, yeah, you have like 6 trips back then. To
I
go
see.
visit schools.
Okay. So there was a limit, so you could
Yeah.
go to 6. I see.
Schools.
I
Like
see.
you pick 6 and you go to. And,
Okay.
but I came down to my 2 choices was University of Miami,
Okay.
Michigan State.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And my parents were like, look, we're not going to influence you. Just do what you want to do.
Okay.
Like that. So,
They'll support you. Yeah.
And again, I started thinking about school. I said, if I stay down here and go to University of Miami, I'm going to be back here running around, playing football, but running around doing stuff. I ain't going to be
see.
studying.
I see.
ain't going to be trying to. I said, yeah, I think I need to leave the area
Yeah.
so I could concentrate and get my degree. Get
Strictly
it done.
school and football. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
Dang.
I picked Michigan
And
State.
that's a mature decision, though, because a lot of, I feel like a lot of people, they'd say, well, I'm from Miami, I'm from Florida. Why don't I just stay home? I'm still around my friends. I can still party with them, still do all these things. Dang. But where did that mature decision come from? You were just you just told yourself you really wanted that degree. So you did anything possible.
That was it.
So do you think that determination was the reason why you made it to NFL?
Well, it was because the drive was when I got to Michigan State was, okay, I'm going to play football the best I can,
Okay.
best I can,
Right.
because they're paying for my school. They're paying for me to get this degree.
Right.
So that's what I did. I
Yeah.
just played the best I could,
Wow.
worked hard, everything else at the same time going to school.
Right. Wow. Yeah.
And then it happened to me again. Because, like I say, I was concentrating on school.
Right.
Matter of fact, it was one point in college where I had to have a talk with my head coach. It was George Perlis at the time. He came in. He was Muddy Waters was one who recruited me, and he was the head coach. But then George Perlis came in after that.
Okay.
And I had to have a talk with him because I was a junior, and I had to take this one class during a winter break, and we had training during winter break in the mornings.
Right.
In this class I had to take it, it was like, sequence. You had to take this before you could take the next one.
Okay.
But if I didn't take it then, I wouldn't be able to take it to another year. So it threw me all off.
Right.
So I put it on my schedule, and they reviewed the schedules. And came in and said, well, you're not going to be able to take this class. I was like, why not?
Right.
He's like, no, because you got training to do it. I said, it's just training. I can train, run, whatever later.
Yeah.
No, you have to do this. I was like, no. He was like, what? I was like, no. And I had to have this serious conversation with him and say, okay, y'all told me that when I came here, I was a student athlete.
Wow.
Student first.
Mm.
So So you're trying to tell me that I can't take this class because if I don't take this class, I can't take it for another year, and it's going to put me a whole year behind
right?
trying to graduate.
Right.
I'm just going to be sitting around waiting for this class, basically, to go on through this.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I say, I'm not doing that.
Sheesh.
I say, so, no.
Yeah, but that's
And
amazing.
So
though.
he by the way said, yeah, go and take a class. We'll work out something with you.
Okay.
Train
Yeah.
I said, okay, good.
Yeah, and that was because you put that foot down.
Yeah, I
Because
was like, no, I'm
yeah,
not doing it.
yeah, because I like I said, I follow college football and NFL, and I think a lot of one of the biggest issue is I don't know if you heard that a lot of like nowadays college players want to get paid because nowadays college football is such a big business. So.
Oh, it's always been a big business.
Okay.
Huge business.
Always okay, perfect. So with that, and that's so important that you made sure okay, you're already gonna make money off of me, but I'm gonna, like you said, man, I'm gonna still do what I want to do, and I want to still get my degree. So it's cool that you put your foot down, and make sure that you got that class or whatever you needed, to make sure that you had something to fall back on, right?
Oh yeah.
Because like we were talking about earlier, a lot of NFL players, unfortunately, they don't have that plan B, or they don't have like that life after the NFL. Because you tell me, what is the NFL, or back in the day, or what did you say the NFL standard for?
NFL still stands for the same
Okay,
thing.
still same thing.
NFL stands for not for long.
Right.
It doesn't last long.
Yeah, because
It's not a career that you can just say, okay, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life.
Exactly.
It's not going to happen.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It's not going to happen.
Because for those who don't really know the NFL, don't follow it a ton, maybe why don't you let them know what the average career, and how long it lasts?
Yeah. I mean, like when I played, the average, quote, lifespan of playing football, as far as being on a team, whatever, was like 2 years.
Jeez.
Just 2 years. So you got 2 seasons in, and for the average, and I think right now it may be like 2.5 to 3 years. Now.
Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah.
you think as an average, you most of the people are not in the NFL that long.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you can't just say, "Oh, this is going to be where I start and end."
Yeah. No.
Even back then, I mean, you can take it like this. Like I played with like Howie Long, Ronnie Lott.
Wow. Ronnie Lott.
Oh, I played with them, and we used to have conversations like, "Hey, you get paid good money, but you can't retire off of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't just stop."
Right.
That's why you see the same players. I'm talking about Ronnie Lott, Howie Long, the announcers.
Wow.
They're working.
Yeah. 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 Sure. They still have to work.
A paycheck.
Yeah. 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 They still have to get that paycheck coming in.
So
yeah,
you got to plan for something else.
Wow. But how long did you last in the NFL?
I played 7 years.
7 years. Wow. So maybe tell us. So from college, how was that college experience for you? Because that atmosphere, when I watch college football, it's amazing. It's like some people like college football more than the NFL just for the atmosphere that you have all these college students. Like I definitely feel like there's more passion in there. Not a lot of not doing it just for the paycheck. But why don't you talk about your college experience and then maybe talk about like the draft and then the transitioning to the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, because if you think about it, a lot of people say, well, at least players talk about it. It's like high school, you play for fun.
Okay.
College, you play for more pride and glory, like school, like
that's your school. Exactly.
And when you get to the NFL, it's money.
Yeah,
it's a job.
Right, it's a job. Yeah,
it's a job. So that experience in college was great. I mean, you go to every stadium, everybody screaming, hollering, either cheering or booing you. It don't matter, but it's just like you have a lot of people there.
Right.
I mean, like I said, I played at since I played for Michigan State, I played at University of Michigan.
Okay.
Right against them. Went down there and they have 100,000 people. The stadium was like crazy.
Yeah.
We had like 50,000, 60,000. It was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just like in the pros, there's nothing like running out of that tunnel and you see all these people screaming and hollering. It's like, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of crazy NFL fans, football fans.
It's really wow.
Yeah.
But when I was when I got into college, like I said, it was a good time.
Yeah.
With the guys and everything else and the training and everything else like that. And like I said, I've concentrated more on school. Yeah. Making sure I got that done. But no, I did have fun.
Yeah.
Training, worked hard and everything else. But I wasn't really looking at it from an aspect of the NFL. Matter of fact, I didn't even know that you could make money in the NFL.
Really?
I didn't.
Dang.
I was like, I had to just focus on, you got to get that degree in 4 years.
Wow.
I need a degree in 4 years because after that, I'm going to be able to pay for it.
Mm.
I wasn't even thinking about like NFL. It
Playing
didn't
a
hit.
career.
Yeah, it didn't even hit me. The NFL. I mean, sorry, it didn't even hit me far as the NFL until my junior year. Between my junior and senior year,
Okay.
I was up at school during the summer because I was taking extra classes so I could graduate
Finish.
the end of my senior year.
Right, like
I
you were
would
supposed
graduate,
to.
right?
Yeah.
So while I was up there, I trained with the football, our football building, and trained and ran and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember we had a coach named Charlie Baggett.
Okay.
You might know him well. He's an older player,
Uh-huh.
but he was a running back coach. He was named Charlie Baggett. And I was walking through the football building during the summer, and he stopped me. And he said, "Hey, how does it feel?" I said, "How does what feel?"
Mm.
He said, "Hey," at the time he said, "You're ranked number 5 in the country at linebacker." I
Wow.
was like, "What?" He said, "Yeah." He
Sheesh.
said, I remember he said, "Yeah, you better get drafted. You're going to get paid." I'm like, "Really?" I had no idea what he was talking about.
Dang.
Matter of fact, I had a girlfriend in college, so I was walking back, so I was going to see her anyway. So I walked with her, I told her, she was like, "What?" She's like, "Really?"
Dang.
I said, "That's what he said." And I remember she had a roommate,
Okay.
and I said it, and it was funny because her roommate came out of the room just screaming, "Wow, you about to get paid. You gonna get," I'm like, what? Like, what is going on here? Like, what's all this screaming out? Like, I'm like, and like I said, I was just naive and said,
Right.
because I was like,
Sheesh.
what are they talking about?
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't know if you like Carl Banks. He played with the New York Giants.
Okay, Carl Banks.
Carl Banks. He played with the New York Giants, and he played at Michigan State. And when he left, I took his spot, outside linebacker. I played outside linebacker. I took his spot at outside linebacker. So he was playing with the Giants, and I don't know what else. I just thought he was just playing and whatever. So I remember calling him up and saying, "Hey, Carl, what's going on?" He said, "Hey, Anthony, what's going on, man? What's going on with you?" He said, "I've been hearing about you." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I've been hearing about it. The coach has been talking about you."
Wow.
He said, "Man, you gonna go first round." I was like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, you go first round." I say, "So what happens then?" He said, because I was trying to find out.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
was-
"What's going on here?
Yeah.
I want to find out."
Right.
He's like, I said, "Well, so what's going to happen then?" He said, "Man, they're going to draft you first round. You get your contract. You get a signing bonus." He said, "You're going to sign your name and get a check handed over to you. A
Jeez.
big check."
Yeah.
I said, "Really?" He said, "Then," he said, "you get the contract and you get paid, for the games and all that, and just keep going from there."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What?" I was like, "So how much you think, I'm going to get?"
Yeah. I want to
said-
know dollar signs.
He said, "Oh, shoot, you might." Right now it doesn't sound like much, but back then he said, "You might get a couple $100,000." I'm like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Yeah. Wow.
That changed my whole mindset.
Jeez. Yeah.
That whole conversation changed my whole mindset because I went from thinking like I got to graduate to, I can get paid, go to the NFL, and then come back and finish my degree.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
then it just switched.
Couldn't pass the opportunity.
Then it switched. College classes became the secondary to football.
Right. Yeah. Now that you know the outcome it
knew,
could
like,
bring you.
what?
Yeah. Dang. So take me through draft night because I think I'm a huge when the NFL draft comes. I remember this past NFL draft, my brother said, "Man, we having a party. Like we gonna have chips, pizza. We gotta be at the TV by 5:00 because it starts at 5:30, right? Because it's a big night. It really is because there's so many dreams that are come true that night.
Oh, yeah.
So why don't you take me maybe like through that draft process?
Oh, I mean, when the draft came up, I remember having a call. I got a call from the NFL. Mm-hmm. They said, "Hey, are you coming to New York?" I'm like, "Why would I want to come to New York?"
What's in New York? Right?
Yeah, what's in New York? Why would I want to come to New York? So, well, where are you going to be on draft day? I said, I'm going to be home in Fort Lauderdale with my family.
Right.
They said, okay. So they got the information, the address, phone number, and all that stuff. I said, okay. I didn't think too much of it. So, all right. So then, like I said, night before the draft, I'm sitting at home. I get a phone call. This night before the draft. I'll never forget it because it was the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
They was like, "Hey, we're planning on picking you first round tomorrow."
Jeez.
And they had the 7th pick.
Wow.
And I was like, great.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I already know where I'm going.
Exactly. Yeah, at
good.
least top 7.
I'm seventh pick of the first one. I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean, and I woke up the next morning thinking, because back then the drafts lasted a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Because they had long periods in between the picks. And
Right.
did all their little strategizing.
Yeah,
all
because
that
they
stuff.
trades and stuff like that.
All that.
Yeah.
So it was like the 4th pick had just got picked, and I was like, okay, I got to wait 3 more, 2 more people.
Yeah.
The third one, and then the phone rang. So I picked up the phone. I was like, hello. And it's like, man, I can't remember his name, but he said, this is such and such of the Cardinals. I said, how you doing? Like that. He said, I'm doing fine. How are you? I said, fine. He said, well, we're getting ready to pick you for our 5th pick. How do you feel about that? I was like, great.
Yeah. Wow.
So I was like, okay, I went from 7th to 5th.
Yeah.
Quick.
Right. You thought you were in 7, but no, it was way better. You got 5th.
I got 5th.
Sheesh.
And they went on there and it was waiting. They announced it. And I was like, wow. And then right there, I'm like, it was like about less than 5 minutes.
Okay.
I was in Fort Lauderdale. News vans was all at the house, driving all up in the house. I'm like, what is going on here? Getting out, and I'm like,
dang.
so
It was a huge
talked to
deal.
them. Now, I said something to him, whatever.
Yeah.
But then I was like, yeah, my mother's right here. Talk to her. I'm going back. I was like, okay, this is a little too much.
Yeah. Okay. Dang. Wow. So were you watching it on TV while you
Yes.
were? Dang.
Yes, watching it.
So that's what was going through your mind when they say, Mr. Anthony Bell, 5th overall pick at the time they were the St. Louis Cardinals, right?
Yep, St. Louis Cardinals. I was just
Jeez.
like, oh, it was just, I was in shock. I was
Yeah.
just like, wow, I'm really going to play in the NFL.
Wow. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just like, wow.
Yeah.
And
wow.
like I said, the funny thing for me was, like I said, I really didn't even
think about
think
none of
about
this was supposed to happen.
Yeah,
really.
I was like, I didn't even think about this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, I just did the best I could and just competed and just like playing.
Yeah.
Just like playing the game.
Jeez. Wow. So then they flew you out to St. Louis and then made sure everything was good. They got your helmet, equipment, all that, and then you went to
no. You got
no?
negotiations first.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
They flew me out there for the press conference.
I see. Okay.
They flew I was out there. It was me, second round pick and third round pick.
Okay.
Had a little press conference, and then all the business parts start. Got to start negotiating the contract.
I see. Okay.
So I ended up that first year. I ended up missing all but 1 week of training camp.
Okay.
I came in the last week of training camp after I signed my contract.
Was there a certain reason why, or?
Negotiations for the
Got
contract.
it. So you said before I even step foot on that field, I'm gonna make sure.
Till you get that contract signed, you don't even step out there.
Yeah.
You go to training, like so we went to what we call a little mini camp.
Okay.
Mini camp, but you on the pads on.
I see.
Instead of running and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But nah, you don't show up to training camp unless you got a contract signed.
Yeah. Dang. So then you finally signed that contract, and then that's when it was official that you were officially an NFL player.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. So when your rookie season, I mean, how was it? Because did you watch the NFL before you went into it?
No, I watched it.
Okay.
I just didn't watch it a lot.
I see.
I
see.
I mean, I'm one of these people that I rather do it than just watch it.
Okay. Yeah. I like
now
that.
it's changed a little bit more. I watch now, but
Right.
I rather. And they say, "Oh, let's watch this game." Like, no, how about let's go play
Ah,
football?
I see. I see. Yeah.
So, but
Yes.
I got more into watching it when I was in college.
I see. So then, how did it feel? Being because now you're a rookie. I'm sure. Were you starting your first year?
No, I didn't start my first year. I played a lot, but I didn't start.
Okay.
I started my second year.
Wow. So that's a nugget right there. Even though it sounds like you had a pretty good career, at least in college, and then you get 5th overall, but you still don't start, which is, which a lot of people would assume. I would assume you would probably start, but no, you sat behind the linebacker and just kind of learned behind them.
Yeah, because I came in under a different system. Because at Michigan State we played a 4-3 defense.
4-3, and then
and they were playing a 3-4.
I see.
So it was a little different system. So they were like coaching me basically
Right.
how to do
Yeah.
this. And I could do third downs because I did third downs in college. Single linebacker, covering the running backs and tight ends.
Right.
That part I could do.
Yeah.
Like goal line.
Yeah.
But at 3-4, you had to kind of learn different reads, and
Right.
how to play a different kind of way. Still play hard, but if you don't
Still-
know those reads, it's a lot different.
I see.
It's a lot different there.
Yeah.
But I remember when I was my rookie year, I started against San Francisco.
Okay. Wow.
Started against San Francisco, and I remember the coaches came up to me the week before and said, "Okay, we're starting you against San Francisco at middle linebacker.
Okay.
Now middle linebacker, but you have 2 middle linebackers.
I
in a
see.
3-4 defense."
I see.
And I'm like, I remember telling Coach, I've never played in the 3-4 defense at middle linebacker. I don't know those reads. He's like, "Oh, don't even worry about that." He said, "We putting you in there because your whole job is going to be to guard Roger Craig." Because back then, Roger Craig was coming out the backfield, running little routes, dumping the ball,
yeah.
he'd take off down the field, running
yeah.
all like that. So they was like, and like I said, that was my specialty. I was the third. I guarded running backs and tight ends.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wasn't slow, even though I was like 6'3", 6'4", I was weighing like 240. I ran a 4.53.
Oh wow, that's
So I
fast
wasn't
for
slow.
Yeah, that was fast for a linebacker, especially
Yes,
back
sir.
in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Nowadays, linebackers, you see them running 4.3, 4.4, 4.5, but back in the day, that's rare.
Oh yeah.
Dang.
So I used to guard him, and like I said, he's told me, "Okay, that's all you're gonna do is guard Roger Craig.
Yeah.
Wherever he goes, you go."
Yeah,
I said,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be easy. So I had like 2 days of like run reads.
Okay.
Try to learn this
preparation, watching film.
I'm like, yeah, that's I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah.
They just say, look, just follow him. So the first quarter, San Francisco just did their normal plays, trying to get him out of the backfield. I was on him.
jeez.
They couldn't get it to him. It
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
okay, you joking. So I was all over him.
Wow.
So then I think they got smart. It's like, okay, he's in the middle. Let's see if he knows run reads.
Mm.
That was funny because the first play, they did what we call a counter OT, pulling guards and all this stuff.
Yeah,
all this
yeah.
mixed motion. And I just stood there.
I
I didn't even move. I was like, what in the world is happening right
Yeah.
now? I didn't even move.
Yeah.
I didn't
dang.
know. I didn't know any. I was like, what? I
Yeah.
just stood in
It's
that.
something you've
like,
never seen before.
and I was like, so
Wow.
then I was like, okay, I can't just do this here.
Yeah.
So the second play, I just he did a little counter step, and I just shot,
Okay.
and I got him in the backfield and just slammed him.
Jeez.
I was like, yeah, y'all gonna be running and all that over me again.
yeah.
But,
Wow.
But then the next play, they got me back.
Okay.
And I should have known something.
Yeah, no, but for those who don't know who Roger Craig is, this guy is like one of the 49ers legends. Like this guy, like I just put up his highlights right here, and he has like just on NFL Network, he has a 15-minute highlight reel, which is kind of just tells you how great this guy was. So for you to be able to just hit him and just read his plays and stuff like that, that's
I mean,
one
like
of a
I said,
kind.
Yeah, like I said, his specialty was coming out of the backfield and running routes.
Yeah,
And that was my specialty, covering
Right.
guys coming out of the backfield running
yeah,
routes. So.
exactly. Jeez, and that's probably why they had drafted you for, so at the time, right? Because today they're in Arizona, right? The Cardinals.
Yeah.
So, but you said you were in St. Louis, so then you were with the team when they transitioned to
Yeah.
Arizona.
Yep, I was one of the original Arizona Cardinals.
Wow. So how was that? How was that transition?
That transition was good, but it was different.
Mm.
First off, Arizona is hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally.
And that's like
Oh
that
my
dry heat.
God.
It's not
hot.
It is hot. Yeah.
It's crazy there.
Jeez.
I mean, but it was good. I mean, like I played with some good players like this, like Tim McDonald, Roy Green.
Okay.
Louis Sharp, Stump Mitchell.
Yeah.
Who else? I'm just trying to run through people here. Freddie Joe Nunn. There's a lot of players.
Yeah, a lot of great legend players. Yeah. Who's someone that like would stick out to you? Is there like a certain experience that you were able to meet, like someone, even if you didn't play with them, against them, like for example, Troy Aikman or anyone else
Shoot. When I first signed and I had, like I said, 1 week of practice.
Okay.
We had the last preseason game, and I played in that last preseason game. And my first play in there, we was playing the Chicago Bears after they won the Super Bowl.
Oh,
the year
shit.
Before.
Okay.
So it was the last preseason game. We was playing them in Chicago. And I remember the coach said, get on in there. And I went in there as an outside linebacker.
Okay.
Right on the outside. So I'm like, okay, this is me. This
Yeah.
is the spot here.
Yeah.
So I was lined up with a tight end. They ran and played right at me. And I kind of knew it was coming. They was like, okay, let's test this rookie.
See.
Let's test him out, see
Run
what
right at him.
They want to run right at him, see what he's going to do. So the tight end came off. I hit him, threw him down. The running back came, and I just pow.
Jeez.
Caught him. I got him for a 1 yard gain.
Damn.
And I got up all hyped because I was like, my first hit in the NFL. and I looked down, and guess who it was? For the Chicago Bears. You might not know, but it was Walter Payton.
Walter Payton?
That was my first tackle.
Wow, dude, Walter Payton. Dang, they even have a Walter Payton Award, right?
Yep, the Walter
that's
Payton,
how. Yeah. Let me just pull it up on Wikipedia so people understand who you tackle. Hold on, Walter Payton. Jeez, let's see here, because once you said, well, I didn't know like he played for the Bears, but I know the name.
Played for the Bears whole career.
Let's see here. Dang. Wow. Yeah, this guy. Look at all these career highlights. Like,
oh yeah.
You got NFL MVP. He's Super Bowl champion, Offensive Player of the Year, 5-time first-time All-Pro, like 9-time Pro Bowler, Walter Payton Man of the Year. Like, there's all these awards that he was able. Like, his jersey got retired, and dang. So, wow.
That was my first tackle in the NFL.
Sheesh. Yeah, that's something you'll probably never forget.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I remember it was kind of funny. I mean, usually you don't see defensive players doing it, but I was a rookie. I hit him. I looked down. I was like, "Oh, Mr. Payton, let me help you out."
Yeah, because you were a fan,
like,
but you have to hit him. Yeah.
Like, what? Let me help you out.
Yeah.
And I remember we had a strong safety named Leonard Smith.
Okay.
He came in. He said, "You don't help out the other team. Don't help the other team no more. Don't help them." I said, "Okay."
My bad.
My bad. I'm like, I'm just like, whoa! I just didn't want to.
Yeah. That's a huge milestone alone, really. But dang, that's so cool. So did you create relationships outside of football with some of these guys?
Oh yeah. I mean, like right now, we have Retired Players Association. And
that's the shirt you got on right now, right?
Sure, I got it right now.
Okay.
Retired Players Association. But I mean, it's players, just the players in the league. They play for different teams all over.
Right.
So we get together. We do charity events.
It's good.
Help out. Try to raise money for different things too.
Yeah.
But it's also about camaraderie. I mean, if you look at it, like, it's only a certain amount of people that get to play in the NFL.
Yeah, for sure.
And then just like anything else, if you play, like, say, soccer on a team, and you with that team or that group of people,
right?
Well, you're the only ones that've done that, so you have those experiences. So it's kind of like I say, it's a unique club.
Yeah, for sure.
There's so many that can do it.
Yeah,
and play in the league.
Yeah, so. Dang. And I'm already knowing like those conversations are different, like because I'm obviously you respect like. Because you understand what it takes to get to the NFL, like you obviously respect that the other player and that person, and I'm already knowing like those conversations are different. Because it says about 9 in 10,000 go to the NFL. Like that is 0.09% of you if someone going to the NFL, and that's just going to the NFL. That's not even going first round. So that alone is amazing that you were able to do that. That's a huge milestone. So so were you gonna say something?
No, I was gonna say that, like you said, a percentage. Like I said, I've given talks to like high school kids, and I emphasize school to them because then I explained to them. I say, look, let me just give you a scenario.
Right.
I said, we're talking about the whole country here now.
Literally.
I say we're talking about the whole country. Say 1,000 people start off in Pop Warner. They move to high school. Out of that 1,000 that start off in Pop Warner, maybe 100 of them play high school.
Right.
Out of the 100 play high school, maybe that 10 of them go to college and play football. And out of that 10 that go to college and play football, one is going to get a chance to play in the NFL.
A chance to
play in the NFL.
Yeah.
And out of that one person or that one that gets a chance, only 0.01 is going to remain in the NFL for more than 2 years.
Wow. So you make sure to tell them the NFL is definitely a great experience, but you're kind of like realistic. You say, you know what, even if you're talking to a room full of kids, you're saying, you know what, maybe 1 or 2 at most are going to make an NFL, but what about the rest? And you make sure you want to impact the masses and say, you know what, I'm going to make sure, I give you that talk, right? Because I think that's so big because, yes, dreams, I'm all for, like, making sure that you make your dreams come true. But especially when going to NFL, I think there's definitely should be like a plan B or like a pivot. Like
that's the whole point. I told him, it's like, look, I'm not saying don't go for your goal,
Right,
don't
right.
go for your dream,
right.
but have a plan B. Because just straight odds.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be hard.
Right. And
I'm not
who's
saying you won't do it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard, and then just have something back. To
exactly.
back you up.
Exactly. And who's to say that whatever you pivot to, you're not going to be good at it, right? You can still be great at it, but it's now it's going to be something else.
Correct.
Right? Because, like, for example, like you said, you made sure you got your degree. What did you get your degree in?
I got my degree in engineering.
Okay, engineering. And then what do you, like, fast forward, after, I still want to talk about your NFL career, but just for this example, you said you played for the Cardinals and you went to the Los Angeles Raiders, right?
Went to Detroit first.
Detroit first.
Then the Raiders.
Then the Raiders, the mean Los Angeles Raiders.
That's
yeah.
the team.
Yeah. So you went through all those teams, you lived that dream, but you were still, when that was all said and done, you were still able to fall back on that degree, and then now you currently
Yep. Because what happened was, after I retired, I took a year off.
okay.
I just took a year off.
Yeah, for sure.
But then I went back to school to finish my degree. I didn't get a chance. Like I said, my senior year, kind of just, okay, I'm going to back up and football.
Yeah.
But I went back and finished off my degree. And I finished my degree off at Arizona State.
Okay.
Already out there. I made Phoenix my kind of home base since
Right.
the team moved out there.
Right.
So I finished off at Arizona State. But I went back, got the degree, and then started my next career.
Yeah. And you're doing it now, and obviously, like, because you put that effort in, back in college, like, now you're able to take advantage of it now and
Yes.
do that as a career, and obviously I'm sure, do you enjoy it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just another form. I mean, I've always kind of been, I don't know, say a leader or a coordinator, even
Yeah.
on the field.
Yeah.
I was always the signal caller on
Right.
defense, call
Wow.
line, doing the checks and everything else. So I was always managing, so that's what I'm doing now. Still
okay.
managing.
Yeah.
Just
Dang.
a different group.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And you're able to make a living off of it. Like you said, you enjoy it. So, that's, to me, that's the ultimate success story, because you were able to, go through the process of going through Pop Warner High School, still getting good grades in high school to make sure you go to a great college for the education and the football. You go, you're a great player in football and in college football. Then you go to the NFL, you get drafted, you stay there for 7 years, which is a long time for the average, NFL player. But you were still able to finish off your career doing something else that you enjoy and make a living off of that. And now, like you said, you're still part of the NFL because you're part of that Pro Football Retired Players Association.
Yes.
So you're able to stick around. But honestly, like that right there, Mr. Anthony, like that excites me, because that means, do you feel like you've lived that fulfilled life? Obviously, you're still very young. You still have a lot more years to live.
Yes, I do.
So up to now, like, do you feel like you accomplished those goals? Like, how does that even feel?
No, it feels good. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't trade playing in the NFL for nothing.
Yeah,
it was a
for
good time, with good experience, good people. It was a unique experience.
Yeah.
But even the transition out of football, which is hard, but that made it a little bit easier because I had something to go back to.
I see.
I had something to go
Yeah.
into. And now, like I say, right now, I'm a quality control manager,
Right.
Turner Construction Company.
Yeah.
And I love what I do.
Yeah.
So, and same thing, you got different people, but still the group.
Yeah. Dang. Is there any regret? Is there anything that you would tell yourself if you could go back?
Not really.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Not really.
Yeah, and that's a good thing.
I mean, as far as football, I might have one regret, but that's something else.
Okay.
I had a decision time and may have made the wrong decision.
Okay. Within the NFL or outside of that?
Oh, it was within the NFL.
Within the NFL.
Matter of fact, when I was playing with the Raiders.
Okay.
After the first year I played with the Raiders, and the next year came up, and I was going to be starting.
Okay.
But at the time, Al Davis was alive. Let me back up here. I was able to play all positions at linebacker,
Okay.
outside and inside.
I see.
With the Raiders. And so I could play them all. If anybody got hurt or they need to move people around, I can fill in position quickly.
Right.
So the year was coming up, and I was going to be starting that middle linebacker in basically a 4-3, which I was used to.
Right.
So that was an easy one. But at the same time, you know, as far as the team, Al Davis wanted me to learn or keep fluent in both outside and inside.
Okay.
And he really wanted to kind of keep me as a utility linebacker. Like,
I see.
So we let these 3 people play, start. You back them all up. So if anybody get hurt, plus you play third down, but if anybody get hurt, we know we can put you
Right.
in there
I
at any
see.
position and wouldn't lose nothing.
Yeah.
So, but I was stuck on, no, I want to start.
Wow.
I'm not backing up all 3 positions.
Yeah.
Find somebody else or whatever. But they had that with me, so I could play all 3. And
Yeah.
and the other linebackers played their one position. But I
Right.
could play them all,
Wow.
and I could play them
Very versatile.
equally good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So they wouldn't, like I said, they wouldn't lose anything. But that was probably stubbornness or whatever
Yeah.
you call it, or
Pride.
pride. Because I was like, no, I want to start.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez. So you're saying, like, if you could go back, you would say, you know what, Anthony, stop being so prideful and
Yeah.
just be that 6th man that the team needs you to be, because that's essentially what you're saying,
Yeah,
right? You're like
basically.
6th man that
Yeah.
you're gonna come in if anything happens, and you're versatile, right? And
Yeah.
I always preach that versatility is the name of the game, because if you're versatile, now they can use you in multiple positions and think like you're a weapon now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Because even like the year before I was playing that first year with the Raiders, you know, I played outside, but then the middle linebacker hurt. It was like, and we gonna put you on the inside. Okay,
Yeah.
went in there and like played just as well and better and
Yeah.
everything else, and played third down and played strong, weak. It was like, just put him anywhere. He'll play.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
So, you know, I think Al wanted that versatility. He was like, no, let's not start you. We want to keep you back so that way we can put you anywhere we need.
Right.
Nobody's having an off game.
Yeah.
Put you in there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, anybody get hurt, get in.
Jeez. Yeah. Wow. And I know, like, for example, I know the NFL, like, you know, like we talk about it, not everyone can make it. But did you see anyone, like, did you get inspired by anyone around you that you were like, dang, I don't want to be like that guy, or you know, or hey, let me you know, as a person, let me follow this guy because he's doing this. Like, did you have role models within the league?
Well, I mean, as far as within the league, it was like, I mean, you looked up to everybody because everybody had their own different talents.
I see.
But also you saw people who work harder, you know, who practice harder. Matter of fact, E.J. Jr.,
Okay.
I'm not sure if you know him, but his name was E.J. Jr. When I got on the team, he was already there. He was our
This
first
was
runner.
on the Cardinals or
Cardinals. Yeah, he was on the Cardinals. It's E.J. Jr. And he told me something once, and it stuck with me. He said, hey, you need to go through the game in your mind. Steps. Go through how they blocking you in your mind, and just kind of practice that. Like he said, even if you just on air, just practice how you gonna stop, how you gonna turn, how you gonna lean in, and that stayed with me a lot. So,
Wow.
So you can say he kind of helped me out on that, because before practices and even games, I would just kind of like just what do you gonna call it? What do you call it? Shadow like play.
Yeah.
I just kind of think, okay,
Vision
tight
and-
end's reaching outside.
I see.
I didn't say he blocked out a guard coming. You know,
Right. Right.
kind of visualize it,
walkthrough.
just walk through it without anybody there just walking through it.
Yeah.
That way, when it happens, it's just instant.
Right.
Just go right to it.
Instinct. Yeah. Wow. So you essentially, so that guy, how long had he been in the league before you?
Oh, he was in it for a while. Matter of fact, he ended up playing like I want to say close to 10 years.
Oh wow. So he was already in the league.
He was already
you
in the
were a
league
vet
before,
while you.
yeah.
So he basically took you under his wing and said, you know what, I'm gonna teach you these things, and then you were able to like learn from that. Because I think you know, because you know this show, there's definitely gonna be people who don't understand the NFL or don't watch football, but I still wanted to make it as versatile as possible so everyone can gravitate from it.
Yeah.
I think what you're saying is whatever you do, whatever industry, whatever you go ahead and do, you need that mentor.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because there's certain things that you're gonna go into that you're not gonna know how to handle it.
Right.
But having that mentor, that experience, that's gonna help you get through the tough times. It's gonna basically shape. I always think about it. It's like a minefield. It's like a minefield, and then instead of like you kind of like you know, going, oh shoot, let me not step there because you know that's an explosive right there. You know, now there's like a blueprint on how to go because
Right.
someone already did it. You get what I'm saying?
Very true. Because even like when I became a quote veteran,
Okay.
I was already in the league. And I'm not sure if you know Ken Harvey or Kenneth Harvey.
Kenneth Harvey.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure.
He was a first round pick for the Cardinals too at linebacker.
Okay.
Matter of fact, he came out of Cal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Came out of Cal. And he came in the league, and he was a good linebacker at rushing.
Okay.
Rush.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't a rusher.
Okay.
I was more of a run stopper,
I see.
pass coverage.
I see.
And he was a rusher. He would go after the quarterback. He was a rusher. So he came, in, and we became friends.
Okay.
I don't know if you're knocking heads, but we became friends. And I noticed, like, when we had practice, we get to rushing, he was a terror. He get rushed like crazy. But then we would get to, like, over a tight end, like the take on a block.
Covering, yeah.
Just like a tight end's trying to block you.
I see.
You're trying to get rid of him or go and make a tackle.
Get off of that block. Yeah.
He couldn't do it because he wasn't used to it.
I see.
And he was struggling, really struggling. And then I pulled him to the side and said, look, let me help you out with this.
Okay.
Because he had the size, he had the strength.
Right.
He just didn't understand how to do the technique.
Right.
And how to do
that specific
Yeah.
technique. Yeah.
So I showed him how to do that.
Wow.
And he got better at that. And then even, like I say, he was rushing a lot of times on what we call third downs. But then sometimes they want him to drop off to cover a running back. He couldn't cover a running back either.
Okay.
So I taught him some techniques on that too.
Right.
And he got better.
Okay.
He stayed in, and then if he listens to this, he understands it. But like he said, sometimes he say, "Yeah, you saved my career."
Yeah.
by showing me this because he didn't know.
So did he play the same position as you or different?
I played what we call the strong side outside linebacker. He played the weak side outside.
I see.
linebacker.
Okay, because I would think, like, for example, let's say he got drafted after you, right?
Yes.
So he got drafted after you. You're the vet. He's a rookie, right? The rookie and the vet, and you're teaching him how to do these things. But some people, like, for example, I've heard. I love to listen about the NFL. Like, for example, Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. Like, these guys. They're there to compete. They're not there to teach the other guy how to take their spot. They're there to compete. So why did you feel like because you had that mentor, you almost felt like you had to do that for that guy, or why did you do that?
No, I did it for that. I mean, I did it because one, I wanted to help out.
Okay.
Help somebody out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I always believe if you're better than me, you're better than me. There's nothing I'm gonna do to stop that.
Yeah.
I can show you how to do anything, but if you're better at it, you're better at it.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
it's just like that. Even like I say, he tried to show me how to rush.
Okay.
But I just wasn't a rusher.
That just wasn't
I didn't
you.
get. I couldn't grasp all those techniques. It was
Yeah.
a whole different thing.
Right.
It was like so like third downs, I would back off the ball and guard the running back while he rushed.
Yeah.
the quarterback.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so we played to our strengths.
Yeah, and I like that mindset because see, I'm actually with a couple other people. I'm one of the founders of this brand called Together We Rise, and basically the reason why I started that brand, Mr. Anthony, was because a lot of people, they believe that someone's success, because let's say you were successful, now someone else can be successful. And I don't think that's 100% true, right? Because it's what you just said. You said that if you're great, you're great. You know what I'm saying? Like, that has nothing to do with me. We all have different skill sets. We all are great at our own things. So now we can teach each other, and now we can become even better. Right. So
there you go.
Yeah. So that's essentially why I started that thing, was because, like, even if it had nothing to do with other industries, I always see like that hate, like, you know what? I'm not going to support this guy because I'm trying to make it too. Okay. Well, why don't you? Well, you're not going to make it with that mindset, first of all. And second of all, if you help this guy, let's say this guy makes it, he's going to be grateful for it. And now he's going to help you. So
Right. You can help each other.
Exactly. So the brand is called Together We Rise. So we're just getting that going. We're actually making some t-shirts right now, so I'll make sure to get you a t-shirt, Mr. Anthony. Don't worry.
Thanks.
Yeah. So we're doing that. So between this podcast and that, we're definitely pushing to just make everything better. Because like I said, it's funny, Seth, right? Your son, I posted my last podcast, and he was like, "Man, you know what? I'm gonna listen to your podcast because I need it right now, right? I need that motivation." And I'm like, "Man, that makes me so happy because." This is what the podcast is for, right? Because I want someone to go that if they're not feeling it, let's say they're, like I said, my brother's in high school. His dream is to go to, college and NFL. I want someone like him to listen to this and be like, you know what? if Mr. Anthony did it, I could do it too, right? I know, I understand his journey. His story inspired me, you know, that the fact that, you know, he didn't just focus on football, but he focused out, you know, on his degree. And I think, you know, everything that you just talked about, you know, someone can get, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter whether you're in football or not, you can get something from it, you know?
True.
Yeah. So anything else you would want to say? I know we did about 54 minutes.
Really?
Mr. Anthony, it never feels like it, doesn't it? And the thing is, we were already talking like an hour before we even started.
I know, I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's insane. Time really flies when you're having a good time. So anything else that you feel like, you know, you need to say just to inspire that even if they have nothing to do with football, just any you know, any word of advice, any wisdom that you may want to give out?
Any wisdom I want to give out? Only wisdom, I won't say only, but wisdom I would give out is this. I mean, seek advice everywhere. Mm-hmm. Don't limit it to where you think someone knows everything or knows the most out of it. Mm-hmm. That person may know a lot, but the other person right beside them may only know a little bit, but they may know something that person doesn't.
I see. Yeah.
So seek advice and work hard at whatever you want to do.
Yeah. So always becoming a student of the game. Yeah.
Always do that.
Yeah.
And have fun with it, because if you don't have fun, you're not going to do it.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. And thank you for telling me that, because me personally, these like, I want to say this past week, I've been, you know, we've been doing these podcasts, and obviously, like I said, you have this goal of like making everything, you know, your dreams a reality. But that's one part that I've been telling myself, but you just telling me that it's different, because I've been telling myself, man, Sam, you need to enjoy the process, you need to enjoy the process, you need to enjoy the process. And that is so important. And thank you for telling me that, because obviously I look up to you. You know, I'm a huge NFL fan. I'm your fan as a person now, that I'm able to kind of get to know your story. So thank you for that. And like I said, you're going to be able to inspire so many people. Hopefully, you know, a bunch of your old teammates are able to see this. You know, if you know anyone, you know, if anyone that you know that, you know, has something to say, you know, if you can get them on this podcast, that'd be great. But before we end it, Mr. Anthony, I actually want to go ahead. We actually have a present for you on behalf of the Neighborhood Heroes podcast. This is from me and Alex. So this is a Gran Centenario Azul tequila. Oh. This is straight from the motherland. So this is straight from Mexico. Right. I wanted to make sure. Yeah, for sure, man. We appreciate you a ton. Like I said, you know, ever since, yeah, for sure. Ever since I met you, you know, you was super genuine, you know, and I think that's one part that, like I said, because you have a platform, obviously you were able to do all these great things. And I always said, man, if you know, God willing, I get that platform, you know, I make my dreams a reality. I always want to just keep that genuineness, because I don't think you should ever forget where you came from, you know? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, if you enjoy it, and like I said, you probably heard this a lot of times, but don't take yourself that serious. Yeah. I mean, you can be good, but don't take yourself that serious. Just be you.
Yeah.
Just be you.
Right. Yeah. No one, you're not going to be better than you know, or you can't be better than, hold on. How does it go? You can't be better. You can't be someone else better than you can be yourself. Right. So yeah, I appreciate you for doing this, Mr. Anthony. Like I said, I really appreciate it. I'm super grateful. I always do it. You're a different breed. You're different breed certified. You know, I appreciate you for coming on. Anyone watching this, like I said, it's worth, if they were able to watch up to this whole hour, it's about 58 minutes. Alex is actually going to put your highlights on, like he's going to make it so good. Like he's good. He's so good at editing. Like, I'm so grateful to have this guy in my corner, man. And we're going to make it together, right? Because it's all about making it together, making it as a team. So I appreciate you, Mr. Anthony. Different breed, you're a different breed. Neighborhood Heroes podcast. Let's get it.